Hey all, Pastor Eric here, wanted to talk about living in God's power. Now listen, if you want to live a fulfilled life, you have to live in God's power. Now when I think of the power of God working in my life, my mind immediately goes to Ephesians 3:20. He says, "Now to him, that is Jesus Christ, who is able to do far more abundantly than all we could ask or even think, according to the power at work within us." Now listen, we are so much more capable than we think we are when we tap into the power source. Now listen, my phone, it's an incredible tool, but if it's dead and it has no power, it's useless. It's worthless. And I need to plug into the power source. And it's the same with us as Christians. We need to plug into the power source that is the Holy Spirit in us. Now, how do we do that? Well, if we go back to Ephesians 3 and we go up a few verses, Paul tells us in verse 14, "For this reason, I bow my knees before the Father." Wow, what a coincidence that we are actually in the 28 days of prayer, and Paul says we need prayer to tap into that power source. Now, another verse that reminds me of power is 2 Corinthians 12:9. Jesus said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Now listen, you can try to figure things out yourself if you want, but it is only when we surrender our own power and we make room for God's power in our lives. There's not room for both, unfortunately. When we get to the point where we finally say, "I can't do this anymore," that's when God says, "Well, finally, I was waiting for you to admit that. Now step aside, plug into my power source, and let me work." God bless y'all. Have a great day.